Let's differentiate the law from the normal way of life. Are you still here? So there's a difference between the law and the normal way of life. Now, when you are on the streets and you're driving, I mean, everybody knows about this. When you see the red sign, what does it mean? Stop. When you see green, what does it mean? Keep going. Without anything else, is that not just normal for us to do? That's a normal. The normal way of life is hold on until it's your turn. Let somebody else go if it's their turn. Normal way of life. But because the people with coconut head will not agree, e.g., the people in the place I'm coming from, is when they see red light, that's when they start going. Because of that, the government now placed a law that whoever, the law is now, don't do this. Whoever does this will do what? Will face a punishment. The law is not the way of life. The law was the punishment in this case. In another case, we're going to see how it kind of reverses. Or not reverses, how it kind of gets modified. So the law wasn't that you should not go through you should go through or not go through when it's red or green. The law is that if you go through it, is improper. So the way of life is that it is improper to go through a red light. But the law is if you go through it, if you do not obey this light, these signals, then you'll be fined with a fine. If the cops was there and they stopped you, they'll give you a ticket, you're going to pay, and it's going to have a point on your license. So this was something similar. So Jesus did not come so that you pass through red light. He came so that when you pass through red light, you won't get a ticket. So he doesn't tell you that passing through red light is normal. It's not normal. It will never be normal to pass through red light. It will never be normal to go through the red light. It will never be normal. You just cause a lot of... But he came so that if you peradventure, there won't be a punishment anymore. I'll explain why. Because you're going to say like, but why? God is causing confusion up and down now. Because why? You know? And I'm going to bring it to the scriptures now. All right? But God realized, God knows that the best way to get people to do right is through love. We explained this throughout last month. I normally use the example which I learned from somebody else too. If you tell a child, don't do that, that's when they want to go and do it. If you show love to your fellow human, to your neighbor, you'll be amazed at how they're going to cooperate with you. No matter how bad they have been, if you just show them love, you'll be amazed at when they switch around to start showing you love back. You'll be amazed. Don't expect everybody to turn back and show you love back. But we're talking about people with sense, people that are reasonable now. That's the tactics that God is using. It's not saying that it's okay now to kill your neighbor. One of the laws was, one of the normal way of life was don't kill your neighbor, right? So Jesus didn't come so that you can go and kill your neighbor now. He came so that even if peradventure you did or you have done, you won't get punished if you accept it. But he did not say, now that you have accepted me, go and start killing them. He showed us love. God is showing us love, has shown us love so that we can wholeheartedly come to him. So that we can, with our full mind. You know, when you force someone to do something, you can see how they did it well or not. If you force someone, a child, to carry out an assignment, you can differentiate that assignment after it's done from a child who actually wanted to do it and went to do it. Somebody still here? If you are always forcing a child to always go do their dishes, in some other places, wash their plates. In some other places, wash their dishes. Maybe some people say launder their dishes. Anyone, their plates. If you're always forcing a child to go, and those plates are like breakable plates, the glass plates, you know, you can tell when a child who wanted to do, who loves to do that, and when the child goes and washes that dish, you can tell the difference between that one and the one that were forced. The one that you forced, after the person has washed the dishes and kept it, anytime you're going to use that dish, you always take it and go and rewash it. Because you know this guy, he didn't even use his mind to wash it. That was the difference between the guys that were trying and striving to obey the law, and from us now, that we willingly are doing what the Lord said we should do. Willingly. without force. Do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill. That means the requirement. Well, let's keep reading. You're going to see it. Verse 18. For assuredly, I say to you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one title will by no means pass from the law, till all is fulfilled. Whoever therefore breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches men so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, we read this last one too. For I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. I explained that last week. Let's not go back.